Okay, welcome to another episode of SHR Soundbites. I am joined by Albert Andrew Valera, the everything travel guy,
That's
coming
me.
to us from Miami. How are you?
I'm doing great. It's beautiful in Miami. The sun is out. The beaches are reopened. Can't complain.
Yes. Yeah, if you could pull that shade up just a little bit, we could dream behind you. There you go. Look at that.
The
Well, it's not
ocean.
even a shade, it's a balcony. Love it. Look at that water. Oh, good thing my wife's not here.
Gotta plan
uh,
it.
s- go do what?
I said I have to plan the trip for you guys down to Miami.
Oh yeah. Well, like I said, we were there last July along with the seaweed, and realized, yeah, might not be the best time to be here because it happens every year, doesn't it? Or almost.
Summer it can happen. Yes, definitely. Last week was definitely much worse than this week. It's starting to clear up, which is a good thing.
Yeah. Beautiful city though. Beautiful beaches. A lot of fun. A lot of great places to have a cocktail.
Definitely.
So let's talk a little bit about the luxury market, which you play mostly in the luxury market, probably.
Yeah, so my background, I've been in hotels, sales and marketing. So I'm a huge fan of the hotel community, and I have a lot of friends who obviously work in hotels. So I've been doing this for about 15 years. I was in sales and marketing for several luxury properties, and my background primarily has always been in the luxury sector. So I'm very well versed in it. As a travel advisor, I mostly specialize in luxury, but nowadays, I play with all different kinds of budgets, as you can imagine.
Hmm.
But the luxury market, I think, surprisingly has really held steady. I'm seeing a lot of clients right now, who are obviously either able to work from home remotely or able to travel because their jobs are, really not requiring them to be in the office. So they're looking to kind of get away. And I think the luxury market right now is benefiting from this whole pandemic in a way because people can take more than a few days to travel, and that's what I'm seeing right now from my clients.
Yeah, and it's mostly people driving in, right?
Driving, I mean, I do have a lot of New Yorkers and Bostonians that are actually flying down to Miami. Although as the cases continue to rise, those things are shifting, obviously. But yeah, I mean, I think people are definitely much more adventurous. I think the driving market, for example, if you're a Bostonian, the Cape in the summer is amazing. The weather is like being in Miami in the winter.
Hmm.
So, I think there's a lot of great places in people's backyards that sometimes you're not aware of because you're always traveling to Europe in the summer or you're going somewhere else and you don't think about your backyard.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm talking to hoteliers and getting feedback that a lot of luxury hotels out in the middle of nowhere. I just on a call with Europe this morning, and um, you know, mountain hotels. I mean, people are getting out. Um, they're getting out in the States. So what do you think? What do you think these hotels that you're talking with every day? What are they doing from a sales and marketing perspective? What are their tactics?
So I think, number one is obviously the hotels have done an excellent job at really staying on top of the travel advisor community. And I think for us, it's really opened people's eyes to what we can push and deliver. A lot of the properties on the luxury side are obviously offering our clients. I'm part of Virtuoso Agency Smart Flyer, so we benefit from a lot of promotions like third night free, fourth night free, and of course breakfast upgrades, etc. I think what's really interesting, take Miami for example. I'm from here, so I book it a lot. The luxury market is really selling out of the premium room categories because people are traveling definitely for more than a few days. They're either a week or two at a time. If you think about packing up your family right now with masks and hand sanitizer and gloves, you don't want to go away for a few days. You're going away for definitely a week or more. So what surprisingly is the premium categories that properties are selling out. And I think from my role as a travel advisor and helping out hotels is keeping clients, informed of the situation because everybody wants a deal. And I think, obviously we're in an era right now, especially on the mid-tier hotels that are struggling. They're definitely giving out deals. But when it comes to the ultra luxury properties, especially that have larger suites, multi-bedroom suites with kitchens, those are selling out. And if you're hoping to get a special promotion or you're hoping to get an upgrade, it's not going to happen at that level. So
Mm.
we're really pushing our clientele to secure those room types, which obviously helps hotels secure higher ADRs and keep staff employed.
Okay. What about businesses? I think there's a whole new view on work from home, and that's going to take a toll on hotels near term. Who knows about long term? But what are you thinking there?
Yeah, so I absolutely, Jason. I think the MICE market has definitely taken the biggest hit. For me, I handle some companies. Mostly my groups are between 10 and 100 rooms. So the smaller, high-level executive retreats, they are looking. We do have some proposals out for 2021 and also a few out for the end of this year. But it's a very slow process. We definitely give it to our hotel partners who are really patient because the clients obviously have a lot of questions. They're not sure. They still want a lot of clauses. My feeling is this. I don't know about you, but I'm zoomed out. And Zoom has been an amazing thing. I think we all learn a lot from our obviously our properties, our suppliers, but at the end of the day, human to human connection is vital. And when you look at a company like Apple or Google or Amazon, and you're making these big decisions for trillion-dollar companies, you're not doing this on a Zoom call. You're meeting face to face because these are obviously big paths to push the company forward. And I think that these smaller, high-level executives absolutely will come back. I think that when you look at maybe 10,000 person conferences, that will take a while. But you also have to think about, you know, if you've ever been on a Zoom call with more than 20 people, it's a bit of a nightmare.
Yeah.
You really can't conduct business that way. And as much as obviously the virtual has taken off, I can't tell you how many clients say, you know what, yeah, might have served the need for this one time, but we definitely want to go back to getting away. And I
Yeah.
think also a lot of my clients that are home and have kids, it's been great, but also they're like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to go back to Miami for that conference in January when I need a break.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. I used to put on an annual client conference for the company I was at before here, and there's nothing like that face to face. So I agree with you. Near term, nobody's going to want to travel to a conference, but it won't take long for people to realize, oh man, I just got to get in front of these 10 people, and there's only one way to do it. So that's coming back. Only got a few more minutes. From a travel advisor perspective, talk to us a little bit about the distribution channels out there.
Yeah, so I think looking at what you do and how you specialize with properties, I think now is the time for a hotel to engage with someone like you if they haven't before. I'll give you just one example. I was booking a client who wanted to go to Montana, and I don't book a lot of Montana. So in my case, I did my research on a few different properties. This particular client wasn't looking at a luxury resort. Normally, I would recommend something like Paws Up, which is starting at $1,400 a night. We were talking about 60,000 acres of space and private homes. This particular client wanted a hotel in a $300 budget range, and I found something actually on Expedia. And some of you may not know, but Expedia has gone after the travel agent community because we can book through that platform and also gain commission. But while that's good, I really love booking direct. I think number one, you build a relationship with the hotel. The obviously cost for a property is much less because you're not paying these astronomical commissions through Expedia, who are also paying me. But my surprise is that the hotel didn't have a sales team on site. I guess they were furloughed. And front desk was taking over the reservations. And the response was, we don't pay commission.
Mhm,
Now, they're on Expedia, which means they're obviously paying a very hefty commission.
mhm.
And so I think there's a big disconnect between, front office who maybe is not familiar with how the processes work with commissions, and obviously, someone like me who's just trying to bring business and, not wanting to go necessarily on an Expedia platform to book that.
Right. Got it. All right. Well, thanks for joining me, Albert.
Thank you for having me.
You bet.